Welcome everybody to Watch It or Don't. Dan, Matt, Tom. Today we're reviewing Mr. Holmes. It's a new film from Bill Condon about Sherlock Holmes, one of the most famous characters in film and literary history. Stars Ian McKellen as Mr. Holmes, and he is an older Mr. Holmes. It's not Sherlock Holmes like you've seen him before. Takes place in a world where Sherlock Holmes is a real person, and he's a famous detective, but he might have been embellished from Dr. Watson's books. And now he's a 93-year-old man kind of looking back at his life. And this is a tale that kind of takes place in two eras. One era, the main focus of the story is Sherlock Holmes is an old man. He's 93. He's kind of dealing with the end of his life and what his purpose in life is. There's also kind of a flashback timeline of his last case, and it kind of takes place about 30 years prior. Starring Ian McKellen, and who is just great in this. Also starring Laura Linney and Milo Parker as a housemaid and her son, and they kind of help out around the house as a 93-year-old man. I'm just going to say this right now. Ian McKellen deserves an Oscar nomination for this. I don't know if he'll get it, because this movie...
It's early.
It's too early, and it's too British. I'm a little worried that he won't get it, but he is amazing in this. He is the number one reason to see this movie, and I loved it. I cried because of his character. Seriously, it's a very touching film.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the best things about it is that we have so much Sherlock Holmes in pop culture right now with Benedict Cumberbatch, Robert Downey Jr., and Johnny Lee Miller, and it's all this kind of very like action, fast paced. It's so slow, and it's not relaxing, but it's a much calmer atmosphere, and it just made it seem totally fresh. Didn't seem like we were seeing the rehash character that we get with these other ones.
Yeah, there's no Watson. There's it's different.
Very different.
I'm saying going in, I had expectations that this would be a pretty good movie, just because Ian McKellen always puts in good performances. There's a little bit of a mystery to it. I thought the mystery might play out well. This movie surpassed that for me because of the third act. And the third act, you kind of reveal what this mystery is going towards. Right. And instead of just revealing, she's the killer, they kind of reveal something more, and it's more about Sherlock Holmes' character, which I thought was really well done, and it was really affecting in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
I'd agree. Yeah.
I mean, aside from McKellen's performance, another really great thing about it is just it's really beautifully shot. Most of it takes place in the English countryside. Really great scenery, some really nice colors. And that's accompanied with a really nice piano score by Carter Burwell. And all in all, it just made a really nice atmosphere for this movie. Really easy to enjoy.
No, I really liked it. It was definitely that British period piece, but different because we're so used to seeing Sherlock Holmes either in Victorian England or modern, thanks to TV. But this was just post-World War II, which being a history nerd, I kind of like that, to see him. He's 93, so it's about right. But just to see him, at one point he goes to Japan, and you see a little bit of that World War II history. So seeing his character look at those things, I thought was really interesting. It was one of the things I really liked.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of another film, Remains of the Day. I don't know if you guys seen that or not, but with Anthony Hopkins, just dealing with... Well, for one, it's British and it's in the countryside, but just showing how a man who's grown up with this, this occupation his whole life, and when he finally take that, he's in this movie, he has Alzheimer's or early stages of it.
Yeah, they don't really say what it is, but his memory is
losing
fleeting.
His memory. He's not as sharp as he once was, but the movie deals with how he comes to terms with that, and how he's trying to find a purpose in life when he's this old, and he's not the legend he once was.
Right.
I don't know. Let's go into ratings right away.
Sure.
I'm pretty high on this. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10, which is pretty high for me.
It's very high for you.
Like I said, the third act really reveals something about the character that I haven't seen before. The performances are great, not just by Ian McKellen. The whole cast is really great. I loved it. I will watch this one again for sure. I think everyone should see it just for the performance alone.
Right. I think this movie is great. Just really, really great. Like I said, it's very nice atmosphere, so it's easy to kind of slip into it. But then, the performances, the writing in general, it's all a really great package, and I think that this movie is gonna make a much bigger impact than a lot of the Sherlock Holmes stuff will.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we do get to see a new side of his life.
Right.
It's definitely that opens that up. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I really liked Ian McKellen. I knew going into it was going to knock it out of the park. He rarely lets me down. Instead of having his Magneto superpowers, he has the powers of deduction in this, which is just as badass.
Still good.
Yeah, still good.
And he wears the hell out of a top hat,
Oh, yeah.
as you've seen in the trailers. But one thing I saw in the trailer that I was kind of looking forward to was this is going to be his last case. And to not get too much into it, I was a little let down with the mystery, but I really did enjoy him as a person coming to terms with who he is and looking at that compared to his character.
Okay.
I thought that was good. So 4 out of 5.
4 to 5. Well, I think we're all pretty positive about this movie. I think you should check it out, at least for the performance alone. We hope he gets an Oscar nomination.
Right.
At least a nomination.
Yeah, anyway, we got to go. We're Watch Your Don't. Be sure to subscribe. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and stick around for our next video.